What up, great guys? It's Jamel. Today I'm going to teach you about meal prep. You're going to be eating a ton of food. So today I'm going to teach you how to cook for the entire week in under an hour and a half, so that whenever you get the urge to go to Chipotle or McDonald's or whatever fast food, all you have to do is pop open your fridge. You have a healthy, pre-made, nutritious, delicious, ready to go meal just for you. So the first thing I do is have your cooking trays ready. I'm cooking 4 different recipes, so I'm going to have 4 different cooking trays ready to go. I have 2 pans, and I like to cover these with aluminum foil because there's nothing worse than cleaning up after you cook, right? It's such a pain in the ass. Who wants to clean? I mean, cooking is hard enough. So I cover my trays with aluminum foil. That way, when I'm done, I just rip the aluminum foil off, throw in the garbage, and good to go. No cleanup necessary. The other thing I have is a wok on the stove. I'm going to use ground beef. And then another handy dandy tool that I have is a crock pot right here. So you can just throw the ingredients in, press the on button, and let it go. So those are going to be for the meats, the proteins, right? And over here I have my favorite veggies. I love onions, they just make everything crunchy and crispy. The other thing I love are bell peppers. Just have a really nice crunch and crisp, they smell great. And you can either eat them raw, like in a salad or something, it's delicious. Or you can chop them up, throw them on the pan, do a little stir fry. Another one of my favorite vegetables is the zucchinis. Oh man, these guys just have a great texture. You know, they make the meal juicy, especially if you're cooking like chicken breast all the time. Throw in some zucchinis, they absorb the flavors and they have really good texture. I also like tomatoes. You know, these add little sweetness to your meal, little flavor. Some of my favorite seasonings, 21 herbs. Get all these stuff from Costco. You can buy bulk. Like each of these containers like $5 and lasts you like 2 years. Another seasoning that I love to use is garlic powder. I mean, this stuff just makes everything taste good. I don't know what it is about garlic, but it just tastes good. And it's really good for your blood pressure. Pepper, just, you know, must have in every kitchen, every recipe. Salt and pepper. Chili powder, it gives you that herby flavor with a little bit of smokiness to it. It's really delicious. Also like turmeric powder, it kind of gives you a curry flavor. Salt, essential of the kitchen. I mean, and if you're going to use salt, I highly recommend Redmond's Real Salt. This stuff is full of trace minerals. It's really good for you. If you're into spicy flavors, you can try using a little bit of crushed red peppers. I love to just top it off top of any chicken or anything. Adds a little flavor, adds a little spice, adds a little color, makes your meal look amazing. Try it out. Now let's talk protein. When you're building muscle, you want to eat a lot of proteins. My favorites are chicken, beef, shrimp, fish. I love tilapia and salmon. Today we're going to be cooking with chicken breast, chicken tenders, ground beef, and beef stew. Before you start cooking your proteins, okay, you got to remember to preheat the oven, 350 degrees. Let that run. And while that's heating up, you're going to start getting all the proteins ready and putting them on the trays and getting everything set up. Start with, I bought some pre-marinated chicken tenders just because the butcher shop that I go to actually marinates it a little bit better than me. I like to get the variety in, you know, I get tired of my cooking, so I get pre-marinated. Saves the time also. I'll show you how to marinate in a second. So I dump this on the tray, and I separate it, spread it out onto the tray. And next we're going to cook the chicken breast, okay? I like to, since they're not marinated, I like to give them a little rinse. And then just lay them down on the tray. Next I'm going to put the beef stew into the crock pot. Next I'm going to put the ground beef on the skillet over here on the wok. I'm going to turn it to medium and just let it start cooking. Now that everything's set up, we're going to start doing the seasonings, okay? So I like to always start with salt and pepper. So put a little bit of salt and pepper. Next I like to sprinkle on some garlic powder. And if you're new to cooking, try to go easy on the garlic powder at first, and then you can slowly figure out how much you like and how much you don't like. Otherwise you can make some mistakes with this stuff. For a lot of people, that's like perfectly fine. You know, salt, pepper, garlic powder, that's delicious. I like to add a little bit more flavors, so I'm going to throw in some 21 herbs from Costco. It's delicious stuff. I'm also going to throw in some chili powder and some turmeric powder. Okay, so now you've got the oven at 350, the chicken inside the oven cooking. We're going to set that for 40 minutes because we're going to undercook it just a little bit to keep the meat juicy. Press start and we're good to go. Now we can prep the veggies. So meanwhile, we're prepping the veggies. We've got the chicken in the oven, we got the ground beef on top, which you gotta wash occasionally, and then we got the beef stew in the crock pot. So 4 things going at once, and we're optimizing for timing. And while all that's going on, cooking over there, we're gonna start prepping the veggies. So I've chopped up all the zucchinis and onions and threw it into the ground beef. I like to put them in with the ground beef because they like to get all juicy, you know, I like the texture when they're cooked a little bit more. With the other vegetables, I try to maintain them as raw as possible, so I prep them raw, and I'll show you that in a bit. Now that it's all set up, you just get your Tupperwares out, one for each day of the week. This will be one meal. This is probably lunch on Monday, lunch on Tuesday, lunch on Thursday, you know, etc. And then you just divide it evenly into each of the Tupperwares. Okay, now the chicken's done. Pull it out of the oven. And you can either just put it straight into your Tupperware like this, or if you're lazy like me, I like to cut them beforehand, put them in the Tupperware, and then that way I don't have to cut while I'm eating. I just kind of like throw it all in my mouth. I have the veggies already cut up, so I just take some veggies, you know, throw them in, and I have my delicious meal. Now that you've prepped all of your delicious, healthy, protein-packed, micronutrient-packed meals, next time you're hungry or your mealtime comes up, you just pop them out of the fridge and you're good to go. And there you have it, meal prep for the whole week in under an hour and a half. I hope you guys learned something today. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them all. I'll see you next time. Take care.